Right, and we should now be live. Good evening, everybody. Bear with me one moment. Just get a few things sorted out there. Lovely. Well, welcome to the usual Sunday Tricourse stream and a special one. Since today, or this morning rather, we officially hit 1,000 subs on the YouTube, which was a bit of a surprise to wake up to, but a welcome one for sure. So I guess that means for March the 5th, on my birthday, which was the target date to hit 1,000 subs, we're going to have to do something special. So yeah, I'll be thinking about that. But today's stream is going to be so a lot of sandwiches indeed. So today's stream brings us to this island, which I cannot pronounce. It's Santigidius, something along those lines. I cannot pronounce this particular island. All I know is that it's near Greece, so we're just going to go with that. And we're going to construct a bit of a new park here, something not too enormous. As you can see, I've already done some work. Now, thanks to having expanded maps on, we're going to be able to build beyond the standard boundaries here. So as you can see, I've been putting in some decorative touches, some little coastal fortifications here and there, and a few little monasteries and sites of interest. My idea for this map would be that at some point in the past it's been used as a sort of pilgrimage site or a monastery site, something along those lines, and today we're using it to construct our dinosaur park. We have our facility area down here, this simple dockyard, structures, entranceway there, and storage depot and such. You can also see I'm using my Malta paths mod, so our standard path is this lovely sandstone colour. We have this rusty metal colour to mirror sort of the rusty red metal of the Malta buildings. And then if I go over to the guest area, where we have our entrance in its own little sort of castle-like arrangement. And our posh path is this lovely faded blue wood coloration. And I've already put in an exhibit for us, just to start us off. We have LA Studios' sort of wonderful Tarchaya, which I think is one of the best of their mods. And we have some Ouranosaurus here, sporting the lovely Jurassic Park Operation Genesis coloration and skin, just as a little starting exhibit there. So basically we're just going to build out from here, and the first thing to do is, I think, to create something for this section here. Now, I'm not happy about the level here, so I'm going to change that. Level it off a bit more. Oh, I see. Have people been ganging up on me? Sarcastically. There we go. Just put in our standard sand color. And then we can replace the stone there. So I think we need some sort of guest plaza or guest sort of area here. I want to try and make use of this beach if I can. By the way, I'm using the Jurassic World color filter, because I just think it looks so much better than the Mediterranean. If I actually go to sandbox settings and put the Mediterranean on. So this is what the Mediterranean one looks like. It's got this horrible grey water and everything looks kind of... I'm not sure how I would describe it. Kind of overly lit. If I switch it back to the Jurassic world, you can just see how much more vibrant the watercolor looks and how much more vibrant everything else looks, actually. So, but I can see Sarcastically is here, Colt is here, Dino Army is here. Sarcastic says, so the BBC dinosaur thing is something to watch, says my other half. It'll be on BBC iPlayer. Okay, at some point I do need to see if I can watch the second episode of the Stephen Fry thing, just so I can do yet another video, probably slagging it off. I don't have very high hopes for that. Let's move that to there. Lovely jubbly. So, let's see, what are we going to do for here? Probably just go with a straight... Yeah, if we have a path that sort of goes down here, you can go straight to the beach then, and we can kind of create some sort of beach scene down here. Let's go straight up. And why is that not? Just give me a straight line. There. Thank you, Evolution Square. Yes, we finally got to the 1000, which was such a surprise. People really liked me slagging off a dinosaur program. Right. Amenities, I think, definitely here. I think I want to set them back one more from... So let's do... Why are none of these straight? Seriously, they just... Maybe I didn't... It's very bizarre. Jurassic World Evolution 2, not playing ball this evening. Yeah, they're not doing straight lines. I don't like that. That's going to annoy me otherwise. Bear with me. Yeah, the Stephen Fry dinosaur documentary is every Sunday, I believe, at 7 o'clock. I'm hoping someone's going to put it on YouTube like they did last time, so that I can give it a watch and see if they do a better job with this second episode. I somehow doubt it, given the amount they've stolen from Ark Survival Evolved, amongst other things. Let's have you in there. And then let's have... quite like that. But we need to do one first. What should our colour scheme be for this particular park? Oh, someone is streaming it to YouTube right now. Oh, lovely. This episode didn't have the useless woman on this week. It's funny you should say that sarcastically. I've used something that Susie Maidman has written in one of my Beyond the Park episodes. I believe the Lyplorodon one, or something along those lines. It's possible that what she said in the episode was just an error based on the script, perhaps, but then, you know, one would have thought they would have gone back in the editing and been like, oh, we've made a mistake here. Turquoise and cream, says Colt. That's an interesting colour combo. Cream. How can we make a cream? Something maybe like that. And then have the secondary colour as turquoise. So, I don't know, something like that. Something like that, Colt? Or slightly darker? If someone made a mistake in the script as an expert, she should have noticed it as she read it out loud. Well, one would have thought so, Evolution Square. Give it a white roof, because that reflects sunlight. Decorations will make... I feel like decorations will make the same turquoise. I think that looks quite good. And lighting will go for a light pink, just for fun. Right, save those colours as default so that they appear on every one of our things. I quite like... need to find sort of a design for the building that looks slightly medieval. Probably Jurassic Park style, I reckon. And we'll have the entrance on the corner. The roof will... For this one, we'll go with the thatch. And then for the outside, I think... maybe the fountains? No, because we're going to be building an additional section onto here in a sec. So let's go with the lamppost, actually. I think that'll do. And then if we stick one next door, so do we go right up against it? Yeah, let's go right up against it. Go with panels and concrete with parapet. Give this one an upstairs, so we'll go with that one. And we'll position the entrance on that side. Go with the seating with the plants. That's a lie. Sorry, what's a lie? Did I lie about something? What? Sorry, I was too busy designing my buildings.
It was more in the fact that I mentioned that there was a reference to Black Eyed Peas, and I said, and they make really good music.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, we'll go with the lampposts. Oh, and this one needs to be drinks, I think. Otherwise, I will complain. There we go. Right, there's our first part. I think what we'll do is we'll stick in the guest toilets behind. Go with the other design. There you go. Good. And then on this side, I think we'll probably need something a bit bigger. So long as Fergus is... I don't know music at all, so I have nothing to add to this conversation. I'm useless. I'm useless with music. I really am. I feel like putting... That one's too big. That's a medium as well. It's huge. Damn. It would fit there. Okay. Let's do a small one. There. And then let's have it directly backing onto another one. How would they look? Not too bad. We can figure out a way of making that look alright. Yeah, we can do something with that. Rightio, go. And thank you, TurboSoul. We are... You hope to get to 500 by August. Well, you're certainly getting the subscribers in quicker than I did, or we did. Took us a lot longer to get subscribers in, but we got there in the end, and hopefully we will continue to grow. I mean, our target was only to get to 1,000 in the first place, so anything more than 1,000 we get now is just, you know, extra stuff on top. Concrete parapet. That kind of works. Let's go with thatch roof.
Normally I do come crazy.
Fountains. Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll make a decorative arrangement down here. Stick that in there. Stick a few of these trees in. Lovely. fountain? No. What we'll do is we'll put a rock formation in here instead. Righto, sarcastically. Bye-bye. I'm hoping when I get my sports car, will bring more people to the channel. People do like their sports cars. Me and my buddies from school, we always wanted to do a Top Gear style, you know, buy a few cheap cars and take them on a road trip and see what shenanigans we get up to. Let's see. I think Serato for here. Yeah. Makes for a nice little. Let's sink you into the ground. And I think we do with one behind him as well. Maybe there. Sink you into the ground. I like that. I think that works quite well. And then this bit will turn into seating. Again, stick a couple of wall sections in here just to separate them off. Thank you, Super Jacoby. I appreciate that in using mods, some people might be a little frustrated with me, but you know, the way I see it is I'm kind of showing what can be achieved with a lot of modding and some decorative input. Besides, these path mods are mine, and I really ought to use more of them. Something I really have been starting to like doing is just taking these random decorations and just making use of Kyodenics mod just to lift them up, because they have big plinths underneath them, and I've done the same over here. They've got really big plinths, and I think you can really make some interesting structures for decoration just by lifting them up a bit, and using the marine decorations as a land-based decorations, just to. I think this is really cool, like using these naturally raised sections, and you get this lovely framing effect. I think that could work really well on the side of an enclosure. Have that as like a mock window. And yeah, I agree, Rob. It is very prehistoric kingdomy. It's just nice to be able to do things like this. You know, have this little mock fortification here on here, or just mix and match bits and bobs together. Okay, so I don't want to do too much decoration work on the stream because I know people are here for the dinosaurs. So what we're going to do is think about this area here, this natural water source I want to use for an enclosure. Now, just simply because I think it suits the sort of medieval feel, we are going to make use of the Jurassic Park stuff quite a bit. Now, I'm thinking I kind of want the fence line to run I don't want to lose this patch of forest, basically. So I think what I'm going to do is use this as sort of the edge. So there's one. And then we'll put in number 2. Like so. That works. And then the fence line will continue along this edge to this tree line. We'll then hide it in the tree line or go behind the tree line. Probably behind the tree line. And then invisible fence the rest of it. And then here we'll have it come out. This is going to have to be a carnivore, I think, because we've got herbivores down here, the Tyrannosaurus and Tachaya. So I think it's going to be carnivorous. I also want to try to use mod species primarily in this park. And I think the species I want to put in this new exhibit I'm working on is... I think the Irritator, which is another LA Studios' mod. I haven't used the Irritator in a park yet. And with all this water, I think it's perfect for a Spinosaurid. So, however, being a carnivore, we're going to have to think about safety for the park. So, let's put in our first fence line. Not too close. There we go. And same here. We'll curve it around. Yeah, I think we'll actually have it go 1, 2, 3. We'll have it go behind this row of trees, because I kind of want to try and keep the trees in as much as I can. Use the trees to sort of hide where the fencing stops and where the invisible fencing will inevitably begin. And just to make this a little more visually impressive and visually stand out, since it is a carnivore, we're going to give it double layer fence. What we can... Ooh, dear, that wasn't straight. And what we can then do is we can plant trees or something in here. Just to make it look less vulgar. There's that. Do the same down here. Lovely. It's going to be tricky doing this bit. I would always suggest putting your carnivores behind double walls. It adds a a degree of realism to your parks, which can help make them look a bit more impressive, but it also, in campaign especially, can be very effective at preventing those awkward breakouts. Whoopsie daisy. That didn't work. Have you seen the new Therizinosaurus Feathered mod? I have. I didn't think the quality was very good, so I chose not to install it. I am quite picky with the mods I install. I kind of tend to pick the ones that I think have a decent quality to them. And while the Therizinosaurus mod is not bad for sure, I actually think the Therizinosaurus as we have it in game already looks perfectly fine and doesn't actually need modding. Yeah, that's the other thing. I tend to download mods for things that I consider needing to be fixed. So, you know, if it's decoration items, then yeah, because we need more decoration items. But if a dinosaur looks fine already, I probably won't touch it. But I'm just picky. Sometimes. Right. I think what we'll do is we'll leave the double fencing there. And then we'll just use some ginkgo. Trusty ginkgo just to hide the edge of that. There we go. Lovely. And do the same over here a little bit. Now the invisible fence has to run through here. But I don't want it to be too obvious, so I'm going to have it connect to there. And we're going to go around the edge. That way we don't lose any of those lovely ginkgos, apart from that one. And then we'll give our, just remove that tree. It's a bit frustrating. We'll give our lovely irritator some high ground. All predators like high ground. And then we'll have the invisible fence connect up to there. So we've actually got sort of the fake perimeter and then the real perimeter. And the fake perimeter will just help out with a few rocks. Just to again disguise it. And that is really what you have to do with this game to get the best out of the tools that we have available. Just got to disguise things as much as you can. So sinking these trees in to create big bushes. No, just to disguise that edge, and we'll do the same over on this side. Probably won't even use a rock here. What we'll do is we'll use a single tree, and then we'll just put another one in front. Sink it down to disguise that, and there we go. So from a cursory look, it looks like, you know, the fence just doesn't stop. Hiding the blemishes, exactly. I think that's an important skill for any park builder, especially things like Prehistoric Kingdom. If you want to speed up the creating of parks and such. Instead of trying to get things perfect, try to come up with ways of disguising the imperfections. Now, I think I might want to change the texture under the water a little bit. Just to give it a bit of a sandy look. Especially out here. There we go. Going to stick a couple of rocks in the water. Again, just for that look. I'm going to sink this one just a little deeper. Instead of having it hovering above the ground, I want it to look like they're actually underneath the water. There we go. And gonna grab just a couple of palms. And again, sink those down. There you go. Right, and we need our fish feeders for the irritator. Gonna put one there and one there. I suppose in real life companies hide poorly made parts with elegant cover-ups. Exactly. It's a natural part of how they work. So, irritator. LA Studios mods I absolutely adore because the colours on the patterns are the actual colours you get. So I think let's go with, let's see, we'll have two varieties of coloration. Let's have black with green, because that's my tricolor colors. And there was another suggestion here. Rob says white and blue like Greece. Good idea. So white with the blue. I know that Nerd Guy also loves blue. It's his favorite color of lightsaber, for example. Aggressive. Let's grab these, plonk them over here. Right, while they're doing that, let's design the path area for this particular exhibit. I want this to come out a little bit so that we have an area in the middle that we can make use of. And we won't run the path right up to the fence, because again, that's just dangerous. Okay. Let's grab the long planter, which we can just stick in here, in this gap. And then if we raise it up, we get that slightly thicker wall that's underneath. That's a bit bigger than the footprint of the actual planter, which we can use to just cover that up properly. Were you able to actually finish your last Walking with Dinosaurs park for yourself? No. So I actually spoke to Kaya Denick, who is the modder who makes a lot of the important mods for JWE2. Basically, the problem I'm running into is in relation to sort of how many items or textures or something the game requires to store on its lists for the engine. And when you go beyond that, you start overwriting stuff. The best way to avoid the problem, he said, is to stick to using the stuff that naturally comes with the maps. So stick to using the standard forestry brushes, for example. Stick to using the right color of rock, for example. But also, again, probably not being too excessive with the decoration does help. It's all about building smartly, I think, is basically the issue. You know, don't be too excessive. I mean, some people have problems with it, some don't. I think it's also very dependent on your hardware. I mean, Evo has never had the problem, and I know she has a very chunky rig. So I think a lot of it is also based on how powerful your CPU is. Right, let's have... kind of want to have it curve into the edge there. And then we'll have... a curve there, and... No. No. I know what I want it to do. It's just making it do what I want it to do, which is the thing.
Yeah, you're not missing that.
Ah, Jurassic World Evolution to your path to ist annoying. That'll do. Got quite a big gap here. Wonder what we could do with that. It is. I mean, even if a park can't be finished, there's nothing too bad with just look at that. I absolutely adore that. The white belly, the black body, the green on the top. This is me, my tricolor colors in dinosaur form to the perfect level. Let's go grab the blue and white one. Okay, so we'll have the path come out from here. Come down, connect up to there. We'll make this bit slightly thicker. And then we need to decide what to do here. Do you like the idea of making that bit slightly wider? Maybe we could just have forest here? Hotel area in the negative space in the front of the enclosure. I don't know, actually. I mean, I was thinking about putting the hotels sort of more over here on this slightly higher ground, and then have sort of a special animal for the hotel area specifically. I actually think there's nothing wrong with just having a bit of a water source here. Make a bit of a little island in the middle, just so we can put some trees on. Let's do... No.
No, it feels so good at lower level.
Some rocky texture on the outside. Then we can just put in ginkgo here.
Yeah, 19 long rests in a row.
Some of these ferns.
It very much is
Stick a few rocks in. Grab some trees that we can sink down. Or just have some general trees. Sink you down. Sink you right down. Sink you about halfway. Same over here. Sink you down. Sink you down. Maybe one more set of sort of little... Don't know what these trees... I think they're like... don't know. I want to say that they're olive trees, to be honest. They might be too big for olive trees.
Yes, they are.
They are too big for olive trees?
They are.
No, I've got apple juice, thank you. Right, there's where's our second? Okay, so not entirely the white, but yeah, the blue still looks good. Actually, I quite like how similar they both are, because we've kind of got a male and a female sort of thing going on here. So actually, I quite like that. That works well, I think. Now then, I do want to think about how we're going to use the rest of the space, because we don't have tons to use. And we know that we want the hotels to basically be over here. So maybe it's probably a better idea to put the hotels in actually now, just so that we can plan the space. Olive trees can grow over several decades. to 20 meters. Really? I thought I honestly did think that olive trees were pretty short. Now what I'm actually going to do is have the hotel this way around. So that lovely archway in that is the actual entrance to the hotel. So I'm going to have one there. Then we're going to have another one here. Here? Yes, here. And then this is basically the rear entrance, as it were. So we've got 2 hotels here, maybe a third? Maybe... It's going to be tricky to get in there. Maybe have a third... Maybe have a gap. Or maybe have... Actually, I like that. Actually, I think that works quite well. So we've got a kind of a complex of hotels going on here. And what we'll do, considering these are the hotels, we'll give them all the sort of... Actually, no, we'll stick to using the stone. Bum 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 bum. And this rear area, give a slightly thinner path. Yeah. And then for this side, since technically this is the outside of the hotel area, and then this would be the inside, we're actually going to switch to the lovely wooden path I made. There we go. And then this would essentially be the exhibit that we're going to give them. Not sure what dinosaur we'd have in here yet. Something for our private hotel people to enjoy. And then what we'll do is we'll create a sort of artificial wall running between these two zones, so that the rear section of the hotel area is kind of separated off, just for that exclusive touch. Yeah. Okay, so hotel's over there. This zone here next to the facility, I'm wondering maybe if we could have some sort of maybe observation pen, something like that. It's maybe a sauropod for the exclusive touch. Could do with this sauropod enclosure there. Let's see. That be okay for a sort of observation pen? It's a bit small, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that was me sitting down because my legs stand.
Need to have a think about that. Alamosaurus Proceratosaurus. So I do not mix carnivore and herbivore enclosures. It's just not something I do. And there's a few reasons for that. Firstly, because I think it's not realistic. Generally, zoos and stuff do not mix carnivores and herbivores together for obvious reasons. So yeah, realism really is the primary reason why. Yeah, Alamo perhaps could be our big ticket item over there. I think we need some sort of path art in the middle. What should we go for? Maybe some sort of compass, something like that. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. 3 and 4. We'll make an Allura Titan lake for the hotel guests, a private swan lake. It's a nice romantic idea. I would say I want to try and stick to using species that are either new to the game through mods or that I don't generally use often. Allura Titan is unfortunately one of those dinosaurs that gets kind of requested so often. Bugger. Okay. Let's put in blast. It's not letting me put in the midpoints all of a sudden. 1 and 2. 1, 2. 1 and 2. 1, 2. Okay. So there's our middle. Right. I want sort of pointed sections at each.
No one knows.
Don't know how you do it. Okay, that works. The ones in the middle will leave slightly smaller. We need to replicate the big one down here. Do the same here. There we go.
Everyone who wants a trip back to the boat, say hi.
And then that gives us 1 point in between that we can have for another big one. And then what I'm going to do is fill those in with the rusty metal path I have, just so that we have another different color in this path art. Do we join them together? No. What we're going to do is join each of these . Perfect. Which one sounds better, Car Kingdom or Acro Stadium? Actually, I would say the Car Stadium or Acro Kingdom sounds better. There's our sort of rusty metal. No. That one there. Ooh. That one there. Acro Stadium sounds so aggressive. I like it. Well, actually, I would say if you're gonna do naming of stuff like that, I would say Acro Amphitheater sounds better. A little bit of alliteration really helps to. I know amphitheater is a bit of a mouthful to spell, but. Hello, Dinosaur King. The J-Pog Spinosaurus should be the dragon. No, I quite like the idea of making a Spinosaurus as the dragon for our hotel area. That might have to be done. Just want to thicken up these side sections slightly.
Okay,
There we are. I actually really like how that looks. I think that's really quite nice. I'm going to put one more layer in of blue. Because, you know, it is Greece, and predominant color of the Greek flag is blue. There we go. And then I'm just going to paint the rest of the middle with the white sand. There we go. Perhaps not as ornate as some of the ones that Evo does. But I really like how that turned out. Especially with the rusty metal texture there. I think that looks really cool, actually. Don't you wish that they would add Pseudosuchians? I think I spelled it wrong. You mean Sarcosuchians, things like the basically the big sort of semi-crocodilian things, I think, is what you're referring to there. I'm personally not a massive, I'm not a massive fan of them, so I wouldn't really mind either way. One thing I would say is if they were going to add them, we need to have something to properly have them in the park. So we need either the better water control or something like that. So that we could actually have them in the park without having them just wandering around. Basically, I want them to be truly amphibious. Either they have to give us deeper water or some sort of special enclosure type that we can build. Just something that we can use, basically, for them. Kind of want to put in a couple of towers, actually, here. And... yeah. I mean, personally, I actually don't think we need, and I know this is going to be a controversial opinion that's going to get some people's backs up. I don't think we need any more species. I actually wouldn't mind if they didn't add any more species. Because modders will take up the slack anyway. But B, I think we already have enough species in the park. What we don't have are enough sort of maps. We don't have enough interesting map variety. We don't have enough interesting decoration variety. We don't have enough building variety. Looks like the foundation of your triclaw temple on the island. Well, one thing I would say is that this is actually very similar to a Warhammer 40k chaos symbol. And now I've said that the Emperor of Man is going to come and smite me down. Hello, InGen Universe. I would quite like to have one more dinosaur exhibit somewhere in this stream, but I'm just pondering where to put it right now. Smiting, I'm listening. Xenoscum, yes, Dinosaur King, I am Xenoscum. I mean, I am a big fan of the Tyranids. I think they are a wonderfully interesting species. I was looking for the right word there. How about a moat with Parasaurus? The only problem with that is we'd have to use the aviary sections, and they're huge. You can't really build a moat with them. But I suppose we could try and... No, we got some room here actually. We could put one in here, or we could even have one down here. What would actually happen if I put that in there? Would it remove... Let's save. Always an important thing to do if you're going to do anything that's you're not sure of. Save the game first. Let's see. Maybe put one in. See, I don't like that. I don't know though. I like the way that the concrete sort of cuts into the ocean. I don't like the way that it really cuts the side of the cliff. Natural lagoon. Yeah, it's a shame they didn't allow the natural lagoon on more of the maps. I can understand why they didn't, because obviously it's a feature that they had to implement just for that map, which is fine. They just implemented it really badly. There's some flat ground here. So need to think about how people are going to come and view our Prussia as well. We are going to have it down here. Let's carve out some more of this rock. Which is what they would have to do, really. Probably have to do a lot of natural building. I think it looks like it. Nothing is perfect. No, true. Nothing is perfect, but would be good to get it looking as good as we can get it. Okay, viewing gallery for this. think we'll go with the Jurassic Park gallery. Then, I don't know, maybe... one at that end. One at that end. One in the middle. We try to build another one. Use the viewing towers. I think we'll have viewing towers sort of up on the ridge, looking over it. Oh, thank you, Fallout. Yeah, me and Dane will be discussing what to do for our 1000 sub special. Although that won't be until March the 5th. Because that was obviously the date of when we wanted to hit 1000 subs by. So March the 5th being my birthday, we're going to do the 1000 sub special on that day. But I'm thinking we'll probably do some other stuff during the week.
It may not be March the 5th that we do the stream then. Sunday.
Like I say, me and Dane will be discussing it. Yeah, something a bit like that. Hello, Finley. Welcome to the stream, and thank you. I admit it was quite surprising to see just how many people enjoyed my hypercritical look at the dinosaur documentary, because generally people don't like me being critical about stuff. My criticisms of Jurassic World Evolution 2 or Jurassic World Dominion springs immediately to mind. But for this dinosaur show, it seems it's so indefensible that everyone's happy to listen to me rail on it, so... I will be watching episode 2, by the way, once I can. Probably won't be until Tuesday that the video is up about it, though. Me and Dane have some stuff to do tomorrow, and I have some decorating to do as well, so that comes first. No, I'm liking that, actually. Right, fish. I'm assuming the presser just has the fish feeders. I'm hoping it does, anyway. You should watch Prehistoric Planet, a good dino show. I actually already have. In fact, I have done a review of each episode and a review of the whole thing as a whole already. You should find it should find my videos on that in the dinosaur media section on our channel. So if you want to go and see what I made of it, go and have a look at all those. Medieval. We've got to go with... I think we've got to go with the pillars. Flamey ones especially. I quite like having a couple of curved edges, so we're going to leave those curved edges. Something I am going to do is put in a couple of the flaming torches over the fish feeders. So I'm going to put that in there, grab it with Kai's mod, and then we're going to naturally, it's going to mess around. It didn't usually give me this much trouble. So what I think that'll do. Yep. And we'll do something similar on the other side. It's basically about that. Grab it. I couldn't watch Prehistoric Planet because I didn't have the streaming service it was on. Yeah, no, the fact that it was on Apple, it was a bit of a disadvantage. It did basically gatekeep it, which was a bit unfortunate. But at the same time, I can see why Apple did that. I mean, it's their product at the end of the day. I really wish that you know, if they want, I think the next video I do in terms of like stuff I would want to see come to the game, I might do on like decorations or types of decorations that I'd like to see come to the game. And one of them, I swear, some sort of decorations for the top of the lagoons. Like little islands that we can place down. Maybe even have some of the animals interact with them. Use them to rest, for example. Have you made an Xmas Park? No, I hadn't. I didn't get a chance to make an Xmas Park this year. I was too busy. Had a lot of other stuff going on. I do. We're going to use Processosaurus, which is a giant marine crocodile. I need to quickly create the bin thingamajig. The only problem is I don't know about the skin combinations for the press. Let me just grab Nexus mods and we'll see if I can find a decent color combination for the press. Let's have a look. There's the press. So open a new tab, open a new tab. So base color. These colors are kind of dull. Know what? Let's just randomize it. See what we get. It's 1. What does it eat? It's not shark feeder again, is it? Ugh. I know. They will eat fish, and that's good. They can survive on the fish. I wish... So, this is something that's kind of annoying me about the modding community. They keep using the Mosasaurus rig to make aquatics with. And that's really frustrating because the Mosasaurus rig, basically you have to have the shark feeders there. And the animations just look really bizarre. It's why I don't have the... There's the Megalodon. Like, just having it jumping out of the water to attack a hanging great white shark. It just looks awful. I wish that when it came to the aquatics, they would start using the other rigs, just so that we could have a bit of variation. Look how big that guy is, though. He's enormous. I think 3 for that lagoon would be sufficient. So we'll grab one more. We didn't really design the inside of the lagoon down here, did we? I'm thinking we'll go with quite a crocodile-infested river sort of theme. So we'll have a couple of destroyed boats. And where are the cages? I have a cage here. In some rocks. By the way, if folks want some ideas for designing the inside of lagoon biomes, then I have done a video on that as well, designing some different lagoon biome ideas, both with mods and without mods, so that you can see the sort of things that you can create for yourself. I'm going to put this one on a bit of a fault line, just have a little bubbles, just a few bubbles. And I'll have one more set. One there. One there. Have a big cage here. 2 little cages. And then we'll grab one of the big corals. Is that? No. That one. There we go. Put in some lighting. 1, 2, and 3. Where's that middle one we put in? There it is. One and 2. And here we go 1 and 2 and 3. In Jurassic World Evolution 2, we're watching the stream. Sounds good. What sort of park are you building, Ingen? What do you think is better, Prehistoric Kingdom or Jurassic World Evolution 2? Ah, the eternal question. I actually think it's exceedingly difficult to compare them. I actually also think it's very unfair to try to compare them. The simple fact is both of the games are very, very different. They require different levels of creativity and different levels of patience and different levels of time investment as well. Obviously, if you want to create your ultimate dinosaur park, then Prehistoric Kingdom is the way to go. Because you will never make anything more impressive than with Prehistoric Kingdom. Good God, these things are huge! They are seriously chunky. Where's number 2? Wow. Let's grab number 3. Is number 3 already in there? Have I lost one? Oh, I what? Yeah, definitely don't have a number 3. Let's grab number 3. Ah, there we go. I also play parallel stream. I'm building a park with Dinosaurus, Tarbosaurus, Shatungosaurus, etc. to build a big Asian Jurassic Park. Nice. I'd actually love to see an official Japanese sort of inspired expansion for this game with some Japanese inspired decorations and such. God, they are big. Thinking about just putting in some medieval touches. Maybe some wall sections. How would that look? Maybe. I'll think about it. Yeah, Processorus was a good bet. Was a good suggestion there, Dino King. I really like. I have a PlayStation, so I got no mods. Frontier add modding support. Unfortunately, modding support for consoles is probably never going to be a thing. It's just too difficult to achieve. And the only reason the console companies would even do it is because they would want to try to monetize it. They'd want to try and earn a quick buck off it, because that's what they're like. I feel like our initial little enclosure down here with the Oranosaurus and Tachaya is a bit empty, so I'm thinking maybe we could stick something else in here. Let's have a look. Let's go back to our dinosaurs. Let's see. Lambeosaurus, maybe? Or Mayaraja? Not Mayaraja, Mayagea. Always mispronounce that dinosaur. Stegoceratops. Or Tethishadros. Actually, let's go for a more basic animal. Let's go... Chasmosaurus. And let's do... Yeah, let's randomize. I don't mind randomizing things up a bit. We have 3 chasmosaurs. I used mods but went back to normal. I don't know why, it just felt better. I suppose when you're using mods, always at the back of your mind, there's always the fear that your park is going to go wrong, or the game is going to not like something. There is always that fear in the back of your head. Whoops. Do you think they should add the 3 missing hybrids from the first game? Or the 5 islands from the first game? Ooh. What would I rather have, the 3 hybrids or the 5 islands? I would rather have the 5 islands on the proviso that they weren't all tropical. So if Isla Sorna was, you know, a special, the biocin, the biocin biome. If Isla Pena was maybe like Taiga or Alpine. If Isla Matanceros was like they turned it into a test, you know, as long as they weren't just all tropical biome, then I would have the maps. If they were all going to be tropical, I think I would rather have maybe a couple of the maps and the hybrids. There's my little chasmosaurs. Nice. They need ground leaf. I'm pretty sure they've got ground leaf. Let me just double check. Ground leaf, ground fiber. Ground, yeah, they got plenty of, there is ground leaf in here, so they'll be fine. Dreadnoughtus as a walking castle would be a great addition. Perhaps. Where's Pruss number 3? Let's have a look at Pruss number 3. He's just, he's a very traditional crocodile colour, that's for sure. Ah, we've got 2 layers of water there. That's interesting. I may have to end up rebuilding that. I would have thought it would remove that layer of water there, but it doesn't look like it does. Do you have any modded Abeliosaurs, things like Carno and Majungasaurus, in the park? No, not yet. And I don't actually think there are any modded species of those anyway, from what I've got. Let's have a look. I'm not sure what concave nature. I think concave nature is an Abeliosaur. Probably wrong though. Mapusaurus, I'm pretty sure, is a Tyrannosaurid. It's been a long time since. Yeah. I mean, I'm up to 100 species now for just ground. Have you seen the Godzilla mod? No, I haven't. I didn't even know there was a Godzilla mod for this at the moment. Let's put in decoration here. And if we raise this one up again, we get that chunky wall section. We can put that in there. Just kind of blocks off what's behind it. I think the Frontier should do an expansion pack called People's Choice, to where they let the community choose 2 attractions, 4 new dinosaurs, and 3 new maps, like Japan, Custom One, and Russia, and at least 10 decorations. It's a wonderful idea, Great Spino. Unfortunately, game companies just simply don't operate like that. Game companies kind of like to have very rigid control over their product, especially if it's a licensed product. Universal would immediately kick up a fuss with the idea of letting people choose what stuff they wanted to add. They'd kick up such a stink. Put in there. Little fountain. Oh, I like that actually. I like how that looks. Can we stick like a little light thing over it? And then maybe grab a few of these flowers. Okay, and then let's grab you and put you like sort of there, and have you kind of there, and have you kind of there. And then let's think about the colors. So let's go with... Oof. No. No, 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 no. Blue? Yeah, cool blue. With a red. You know, I think that looks... Let's for the last few minutes, let's have a stroll around the park as first person. So we'd come out... Which idea do you prefer? The first one is you get the petting zoo and 5 new hybrids, small decorations, and an island randomizer, and Jurassic Park novel stuff. Or do you have prehistoric mammals? It's a hard choice. I agree with you. I agree there. It's a very difficult choice, that one. I do agree with what Rob says. Hybrids are a kind of old hat now. So this would be, you know, you'd come out of the entrance and you'd have this lovely, look at the lovely views over there. These lovely trees. There might be some sort of, I don't know, Himalayan pine perhaps. Or a beach or something. And then this would be your first area of the park with these lovely statues and seating area. And again, you have this wonderful views over here. We have our lovely Camarasaurus skeleton there, or statue. And then you'd have your first dinosaur encounter here. Let's go and have a look. So there we go, our Rhinoceros, Tachaya and Chasmosaur exhibit there. Lovely. Nice little seating zones here. And then you'd head up this again. This hill here, again, nice views on the sides. This guest zone. And then obviously you'd go this way if you wanted to say, we'll probably have a path coming off down here, going down to the beach. We've got our toy shops there, our little Ceratosaurus statue, our version of sort of semi-main street, seating area, food and drink. We have our decorative pond and our irritator exhibit. What 3 carnivores would you like to be added to the game? This go to anything like Melodon, saber-toothed cats, Rugops, Uterina. Carnivores. Where are our irritators? There they are, all in a group. And then we have our lovely little path art up here. You know, it doesn't look like we've done that much in this stream, but actually, you know, we're designing. We can get rid of this now. Designing the key elements, the central path art, our hotel area, the lagoon area. There's still a lot to do with the hotel area, just to do some decorative work around it. But I want to kind of do most of the decorative stuff off stream so that we can focus solely on the dinosaurs on the stream. And I think, Finley Scott, your question is a good video idea. So I might just do a video on it. What is your favorite Jurassic Park movie? Gotta go with the original, I think. The original Jurassic Park will always be the best. None of the other films have topped it. I suppose the more interesting question is, what do you consider the worst? Because for me, Dominion is the worst. But I know that there are plenty of people that really love Dominion. A lot of message retracted going on there. I think we need the Mononychus, but I preferred Cotoraptor, Giganotoraptor, and a yellow Alioramus. Now, I wouldn't mind seeing Lilenosternus, because it's basically Dilophosaurus, but more cool looking. Remove those ones. We could have a seating area in there, maybe? I don't know. Think about how to decorate this area. Off stream, I think. Right, the paleo-accurate dialer. A paleo-accurate dialer would be nice to have, and they could just give it a different name. You know. Okay, and a park idea for you is to make a Pangea park. We don't really have enough species for that. Pangea park would literally just be Ceratosaurus, Coelophysis, Lystrosaurus. That'd be it. We don't have anything else we can use. POV Universal. We want this to be the conclusion of the best Jurassic movie ever, people. Yeah, Universal. The plot bugs. Yeah. I mean, personally, I think, again, we don't need more creatures. Or if we did get more creatures, I'd rather we got variations of creatures we already have. So, baby T-Rex, baby Stegosaurus. Considering they were both baby T-Rex and baby Stegosaurus in the films, give us a baby Rex, give us a baby Stegosaurus. Give us baby versions of the dinosaurs that we saw in the films. Give us, I don't know, clear male and female variants. You know, give us a Parasaurolophus that's a male, give us a Parasaurolophus that's a female. You know, I'd like more variation on the animals we already have, rather than more creatures, because I think we already have too many. There are some creatures I have never used. I mean, just looking at this, I have not used Albertosaurus in any park. I've not used Archaeornithomimus in any park. I've not used Apatosaurus in any park. I've not used Atrociraptor. I've not used the Camarasaurus. I've not used Carcharodontosaurus. I've not used Chungking, Compy, Critho. I have Crichton. I have Cryolopha. I have Deinonychus. I haven't. Dilophosaurus. I haven't. Herrera, I haven't. Myosaura, I haven't. Kentro, I haven't. Memenchi, I haven't. There's lots of dinosaurs I don't use. I'd rather we got new versions of some of them. Universal later, we've made the best movie called Jurassic Park. It has bugs. Don't you ever wonder what Struthi or Galley would taste like? I've tried crocodile. So if it tastes anything like that, it's all right. Nothing special. Anyway, we are up to the 2 hour mark. So I want to thank you all for joining me on this late Sunday stream. It is 11 o'clock here at night, so I'm pretty much knackered. I'm going to go to bed pretty much straight after this. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for your ideas. You've given me some ideas for future videos to make. And thank you to all of those who got us to that 1,000 subscriber target. We will be doing some special videos for that, but like I say, it'll be in the first week of March, which is my birthday week. Keep a lookout for videos next week. I'm so bored of the dinosaurs roster in Tree WED. Well, that's why I'm trying to use some modded ones in this stream. I might try and do again a stream on Wednesday next week, so we have a couple of streams in the week. But yeah, apart from that, I'll see you in the next video, everyone. So let me just give some shout outs. Great Spino, InGen, Finley, Rob's been here from pretty much the beginning. Dinosaur King was here as well. Fallout was here for a bit. Nerd Guy was here for a bit. Dane's been here.
I've been here the entire time.
Glitzbog was here. Sarcastically was here. Evo was also here right at the very beginning. And Turbo Soul. And hello, Bean Boy. You've come in just at the end. But yeah, I will see the rest of you next week. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.